If you cannot love and accept my sister for who she is, I will not accept any claims of affection you have towards me. We started as a package deal. As far as I'm concerned, we always will be. That is my promise. My name is William Reedman, and this is me on my soapbox. There are basically three passages that are used in the Bible by Christians to condemn homosexuality. And I might blow your mind here a little, but they're taken out of context. They're misinterpreted. They're being used by bigots to forward their own bigoted agenda. We've seen this before. Slavery, women's rights. They were wrong then. This is wrong now. You can't afford to be wrong. Do your homework. Research it. If your faith is too small for you to test what you've been told, you're a horrible Christian. Let's start in Romans. Paul speaks about some stuff, and one of the things he happens to mention in there is homosexuality. It is a condemnation of God-haters and idol worshippers. It has no context for a committed, loving homosexual relationship. It has been taken out of its context. Let's talk real quickly about Leviticus. Leviticus 18 says, it's an abomination. How could you possibly misinterpret that? That's really strong language. Again, it's taken out of the context. That entire section is framed. The Israelites had just left behind the Egyptians and the Canaanites. They had a sex cult culture. They had their temple priests. You'd bone them for good luck. An entire thing is framed around the condemnation of that cultist sexual practice. Also, Leviticus tells you not to eat shellfish. So if you're going to use Leviticus to back up your bigoted point of view, I want you to slap yourself in the face with a herring. Let's talk really quickly about Sodom and Gomorrah. Entire city, because people had butt sex, right? No, it was a gang rape. The Bible even refers to the story of Sodom and Gomorrah within itself. Jude 7. Doesn't say anything about homosexuality. These are people who broke an ethical law of hospitality. You don't have gay, rapey butt sex with people who are visitors. Alright, so just really quickly, those three guys out of the way. Let's talk about some positive things. Let's talk about Ruth, the book of Ruth. It is the story of two women who love each other. And I really do mean that. You know that really famous marriage vow that comes out of the Bible? It comes from the book of Ruth. And it's one woman talking to another. That doesn't convince you? How about the fact that the Hebrew word used to describe Ruth's feelings for Naomi are the exact same words in Hebrew used to describe the feelings Adam had for Eve. People like to claim that being gay is a choice. They're wrong. There's even biblical evidence to support that. Matthew 19, 10 through 12. Look into it. Do your homework. The early church was accepting of gay people. They were small. They couldn't be picky. Acts 8:26 through 40. Look into it. Do your homework. Jesus affirms a gay couple. Matthew 8:5 through 13. It's the story of the centurion, the famous one, where Jesus was really amazed by this foreigner's faith. The word they use for this servant, tithe, is the same word that was used in the ancient world to refer to a gay lover. I think that'll about do it. Again, I've got so much to say on the subject, but I have to be to work in like 2 minutes. You like that watch? It's really nice. I like it too. If I haven't convinced you, and I'm not being terribly convincing here, but maybe I've piqued your interest. That's good. You should look into it. It's information. It can't hurt you. Seriously. If you trust this book the way you say you do, you really need to investigate it. It's kind of shocking.